Good evening, Dr. Gonzalez. This is Mouhamad Adel Hanbali, and this is my presentation for the final project of the course Organizational Dynamics. So the outline for my presentation will be the following. I will be discussing the 4 points, the 4 following points: company organizational profile, company organizational situation, the most relevant finding from each dimension analyzed, that is from the Malcolm Culbridge performance excellence model, the action plan for improvement. So first of all, the company organizational profile. The company I am presenting is Medicals International. It's the company where I am working. It's a company that was established in 1996. It is headquartered in Lebanon, Beirut, and it has 18 offices covering distribution for 16 countries in the MENA region, Cyprus, and Turkey. We have 5 departments that are contact lenses, ophthalmology, dental, dermatology, and critical care. For the purpose of this project, I will be considering the dental department as the organization, since this is the department where I am working. The dental department was established in Kuwait in 2006. Our product offering, we are service providers. We distribute dental implants to the Kuwaiti market. And we offer, of course, related services, that is trainings and hands-on to the clients. Our performance history, we have successfully registered growth almost every year since our establishment. We have grown the business from a little bit less than $100,000 in 2008 to almost $1 million in sales today. We have a very good reputation in the market. That is because of our good relationship with clients, our excellent service in terms of accessibility and support that we provide to the client, and our market presence. We cover a wide market area, and we have over the year successfully built a good reputation. Our workforce profile, the average age of employee at Medicals International is around 34 years old. Mostly we have male that represent 70% of the employee, and we have good diversity since we operate in 16 countries. The workforce can be segmented into internal and external employee, that is the field sales and the internal employees, and it's around 50% for internal and 50% for the external. The mission and vision of the company, and this is, I am reading from the website of the company. The mission: Medicals International is a customer-oriented company whose focus on service and quality. Medicals International makes its decisions with regards to sales policy, pricing, and the choice of suppliers, with the objective of achieving fast market penetration and a positive, strong, and long-term return to shareholders. The company works in supporting its local communities and helps in keeping a green and clean environment. Regarding the vision, Medicals International strive to become one of the leading medical distribution firms in the region. Moving on to the second part of the presentation, company organizational situation. We are a relatively small company compared to competitors, and here I am talking about the dental department, considering that the company is the dental department only, because our competitors mainly are big, medium to big sized companies and have multiple products, whereas in our dental department we have only 2 products. In Medicals International as a whole, the main department is contact lens, so this is why the dental department is a side department, and this is why we are considered a small company, a small dental company compared to the competitors. We compete in a highly competitive market. There is more than 20 implant brands in a relatively small market, the total demand, the total implant sold per year in Kuwait market is does not exceed 18,000, and we have over 20 brands competing in this market. The market has more and more become competitively unattractive, which is limiting the profitability of the company. Our key challenge is the competition from emerging cheap brands. We have more Korean brands that are penetrating the markets, which compete in quality with our brands and have obviously very cheaper prices compared to our prices. However, we have successfully held a strong competitive position. We are proudly one of the market leaders, and this is thanks to our market in our history in the market and our brand name that is a very top quality implant system. Moving on to the third point, the most relevant finding from each dimension analyzed. We have analyzed the following dimension. First of all, the leadership. The leadership, we have in the company a leadership culture that is very much present. Our senior leaders set the organization vision and values, and they lead the employees to achieve organizational objectives. Senior leaders create a positive working environment which leads to the engagement of the employee and ultimately a good performance. The strategy, here the strategy is where I believe that there is room for improvement, where we can better redesign our strategy. I will come to it in the next slide. The customers, our customers are dentists or mainly implantologists, the dentists that place implants. We have very good relationship with our customers and even non-customers. We visit them constantly, and we get continuously feedback from them. We can respond to their need and complaints. We are in direct contact with the supplier, which help us support the client whenever they have any concern. We have a CRM application which help us better manage the customer relationship. We started this application actually only this year. The knowledge management, we have in-house trainings between seniors and middle-level managers and frontline employees. We constantly share our knowledge. For example, every week we have a weekly meeting, and before the meeting starts or within the meeting, it's part of the meeting, there is always a presentation about a product or about a market aspect, that it's really an open presentation. Whoever the presenter is can choose any topic that is of course related to our business and share it with the office. Our workforce, we have a very powerful workforce. It is really our biggest asset. It is a very well-trained workforce, and the company always put the workforce or the employees as its center focus. It is aware that it is a very important resource and the most powerful resource, and we have a competitive advantage here in the workforce because we have a very skilled and well-trained workforce. Our operation, all our processes are made by our operation team. Our head operation is in the headquarters in Lebanon, and there is continuous evaluation of the processes, and whenever there is a way for improvement or room for improvement, we strive to have the best process. So I consider almost all dimension to be very good. The only thing that I have a point or I may uh, propose to to uh, to redesign is the strategy, because we are, in fact, as I said before, we are market leaders. But recently we are struggling with the competition. So maybe redesigning our strategy in sales would help us maintain our position as market leaders. So moving on to the last point, action plans for improvement of the strategy. The purpose of my action plan is actually to redesign the strategy of the company in a way that would increase the company's competitiveness and be translated into better performance. The strategy must support the market and customers' need without compromising, of course, the value of the company. We aim at having a strategy for better long-term sales and to be able to hold our strong position in the market. Sorry, the implementation plan will take up, I guess it will take a year to complete, and we expect to have some constraints coming from inexperience, and it is a complex and long process to implement a new strategy, especially because the outcome will start appearing after 12 to 18 months after we start with the new strategy. The result will not appear on the spot. It takes time for the result to start becoming better, assuming that the strategy is better. The step for my action plans, first of all, there will be a market research, an extensive market research to see what is the market needs and how can our strategy comply with the market needs. This must be done by a cross-functional team that will prepare an extensive report to be submitted to the seniors. The seniors will look into the report and will then start planning for the budget of this project. We can get consultancy from strategy consultants to help us in this project. And finally, the last step would be crafting of the new strategy. And this is where the real job begins, because if we plan it in a good way, now the real challenge is to be able to craft it and implement it also in the same way that we planned it. That was it. Thank you for taking your time listening to my presentation. I hope it was clear, and good night.